Traffic lights like silver threads. Coffee cools on the armrest. You laugh low, say no plans. I nod once, let time land. City breathes in quiet frame. We don't chase or call it names. Keep the window down, let the daylight talk. We can ride this sound as the crosswalks knock. No big words now, only roads we choose. If the beat feels right, there's nothing to prove. Billboard fades into blue. Your old shirt that worn you. Hands on 12, mine on 2. Same street, turning brand new. City breeze in quiet frame. We don't chase or call it names. Keep the window down, let the daylight talk. We can ride this sound as the crosswalks knock. No big words now, only roads we choose. If the beat feels right, there's nothing to prove. I don't need a perfect line, just your voice against the time. If we drift in tune. Find our pace by afternoon. Keep the window down, let the daylight talk. We can ride this sound as the crosswalks knock. No big words now, only roads we choose. If the beat feels right, there's nothing to prove.
Yellow light stretched down the block. Every step a softer clock. You say leave the map at home. I agree and kill my phone. Sidewalk hearts in chalk and rain. Fading bright but still the same. Slow signs only. Breathe the street I feel. Keep it close to simple. Let the moment heal. No fast talking, just a soft reveal. Slow signs only, tell me what is real. Yeah. Corner store with paper cups, names we never quite looked up. You lean back and watch the door, like we've both been here before. Sidewalk hearts in chalk and rain. Fading bright but still the same. Slow signs only, breathe the street I feel. Keep it close to simple, let the moment heal. No fast talking, just a soft reveal. Slow signs only, tell me what is real. Maybe all we have to do is let the small things follow through. Read and breathe in little cues. Counting lights in quiet too. Slow signs only, read the street I feel. Keep keep it close to simple. Let the moment heal. No fast talking, just the soft reveal. Slow signs only, tell me what is real.
Side streets talking quiet code. We keep pace with what they show. Your sleeve roll my hands cold. Still the chorus taking hold. Underpasses write our names in the dust of passing trains. Side streets talk, we listen low. Keep our plans where traffic slows. Say less meet, more take it slow. Side streets talk, we let it go. Window seats and midnight news. Taxi lights and drifting blues. You say don't define tonight. I say leave it undefined. Underpasses write our names in the dust of passing trains. Side streets talk, we listen low. Keep our plans where traffic slows. Say less mean more, or take it slow. Side streets talk, we let it go. If you need a place to breathe, count to 4 and stay with me. Beat on 2 and 4 we lean, finding rhythm in between. Side streets talk, we listen low. Keep our plans where traffic slows. Say less mean more, or take it slow. Side streets talk, we let it go. Coffee on the dashboard line, steam like letters you don't write. Radio at volume 3, beat and breathe in simple key. Should we circle one more mile? Streetlight answers with a smile. Coffee on the dashboard, hands at 10 and 2. Nothing big to argue, everything to do. If the city's chorus needs another view, we can take the long way back to something true. Parking lot and open sky, quiet reasons we don't try. Names of places passing by, we collect them, let them fly. Should we circle one more mile? Streetlight answers with a smile. Coffee on the dashboard, hands at 10 and 2. Nothing big to argue, everything to do. If the city's chorus needs another view, we can take the long way back to something true. big to argue, everything to do. If the city's chorus needs another view, we can take the long way back to something true.
Room key sleeps inside your coat. On anticipation mode. We don't rush the second hand. Let the chorus make it stand. Lobby plants and weekday air. Both pretending not to care. Late check out, heart don't make a sound. But tell the clock we're not in town. Hold that groove and write it down. Write it down, yeah, write it down. Late check out, heart still beating loud. Elevator mirror light, half a smile that reaches just right. You say call me when you land. I say text me when you can. Lobby plants and weekday, yeah. Both pretending not to care. They check out, heart don't make a sound. But tell the clock we're not in town. Hold that groove and write it down. Hold that groove and write it down. They check out, heart still beating loud. If goodbye's on the floor, kick it softly out the door. Count the bars from 1 to 4. Let the bass explain the rest once more. They check out, heart don't make a sound. Tell the clock we're not in town. Hold that groove and write it down. They check out, heart still beating loud. Cause I'm trying keys on the table, you're tying your shoes. You say the traffic's heavy, but you'll push through. I pour another coffee into a paper cup. You take a sip, smile, small, say that's enough. You check the weather on your phone. Say you'll call me once you're on your own. I nod and wave, same door, same plan. The kind we've lived 1,000 times again. We always run a little late, still somehow make it to the gate. And when you're gone, the clock moves slow. But I love to hear the stories when you get home. Call me when you get there. Don't rush, just breathe. I'll stay right here. Same street, same seat. Call me when you get there. No big speeches, just say you made it. And the line was easy. You text me rude, the lights are red. I send you songs
laugh and say I'm thinking of you too. The days are long but nights are kind. You're always somewhere on my mind. Call me when you get there. Don't rush, just breathe. I'll stay right here. Same street, same seat. Call me when you get there. No big speeches, just say you made it. And the line was easy. If the turn lights stay on red, let this song play in your head. If the rain starts talking first, turn it up and let it work. Call me when you get there. Don't rush, just breathe. I'll be right here where the lights move cheap. Call me when you get there. No big speeches, just say you made it. And you're fine, believe it. We said too much in the parking lot, like try to sound brave, but we both knew why. Seatbelt clicks, you watch the dash, I watch your hands, we both relax. Silence hums like a song on repeat. Streetlights chasing down every beat. You turn it down, I laugh it off, pretend we never said enough. All the heavy lines can wait. Let the small ones navigate. Backseat words, keep them low. Say it plain, say it slow. We don't need a bigger show. Backseat words, let them go. Your head leans back, a yawn escapes. The mirror shows 1,000 shapes. We drive through half-remembered dreams and talk about those old routines. No big plans, no last goodbyes. Just simple truths in passing lights. Backseat words, keep them low. Say it plain, say it slow. We don't need a bigger show. Backseat words, let them go. If we draw a better map, make it simple, front and back. Left on truth, right on trust. Talk on us and call it us. Backseat words, keep them low. Say it plain, say it slow. We don't need a bigger show. Backseat words, let them go. You leave notes on the fridge like it's 2003. Buy milk, call mom, save room for me. You steal my hoodie when the night gets thin. We laugh about nothing and call it a win. You hum along to a song half known. I watch the way your hands have grown. Every year we look the same, but the coffee tastes a different name. Big dreams can take their time. Small ones keep us in the lines. All the little things hold us together. Cheap receipts, late night sweaters. You and me in everyday weather. All the little things hold it together. Your playlist stuck on track number 9. We never skip it, we let it unwind. We talk about places we've never seen, then drift off slow to the TV screen. Big dreams can take their time. Small ones keep us in the lines. All the little things hold us together. Cheap receipts, late night sweaters. You and me in everyday weather. All the little things hold it together. Keep the frame a little wide. Let the mess be on our side. Fold the days like paper planes. Let them land and call our name. All the little things hold us together. Cheap receipts, late night sweaters. You and me in everyday weather. All the little things, nothing better. You were saying something big by the step. Phone buzzed twice, you said leave it there. We stood still in a hallway draft. Half a sentence made us laugh. I pour some tea, you take a sip. We talk about a dream we almost skipped. The night feels wide, but time feels small. You trace your name across the wall. Let the clock take 5. We can press rewind. Hold that thought, don't lose the light. I lock the door, you take your time. We don't need perfect, we need it true. Hold that thought, I'm here with you. Kitchen light, a second cup. You lean back, I top us up. Words land soft like Sunday rain. You try once more, it sounds the same. Let the clock take 5. We can press rewind. Hold that thought, don't lose the light. I'll lock the door, you take your time. We don't need perfect, we need it true. Hold that thought, I'm here with you. If it breaks in little parts, we can read it heart by heart. Write it slow and let it breathe. We'll be fine on 4 and 3. Hold that thought, don't lose the light. I'll lock the door, you take your time. We don't need perfect. got small talk, that's that. Street light bends around the block. We walk too fast, we never talk. You hum the tune from last week's band and grab my arm like it's unplanned. The night feels short, the air feels new. Every turn reminds me of you. One by two, no rules tonight. Sing a chorus at the traffic light. Hold my hand like you always do. One by two, just me and you. Quiet bar with the wooden chairs. Songs from a decade we still wear. We dance small, not trying to win. It's just us and a pocket of wind. The night feels short, the air feels new. Every turn reminds me of you. One by two, no rules tonight. Sing a chorus at the traffic light. Hold my hand like you always do. One by two, just me and you. Takes a long way home, we won't mind the extra road. Windows down in city blue, count the lights, 1, 3, 2. Home by two, no rules tonight. Sing a chorus at the traffic light. Hold my hand like you always do. Home by two, just me and you. Softer than the words you wouldn't say. I heard it breathing through the pauses on the line. You said you're walking slowly past the stores we used to know. Trying not to think about the quiet in your mind, but I can feel it every time. The way your footsteps hesitate before they fall in time. You always tell me that you're fine, but your voice moves differently. Like you're holding something close, but keeping it unseen. Every time you stop and breathe between the things you say, I can hear the part of you that's finding its own way. Call me when you're close, when your steps turn gentle on the road. You don't need a promise, you don't need a reason, just your voice saying you're almost home. Call me when you're close, when the night feels lighter as you go. Even if you whisper, even if you waver, I'll be where the quiet starts to glow. Strange how distance makes the truth feel less afraid. Tonight your laughter sounded warm but far away. You said the streetlights feel the same, but everything has changed. And I could hear the memories pushing through your name. Even if you hide the thought, it always travels back to places that we never lost. You say you're passing by the corner where we used to meet, and something in your breath sounds like falling into me. Every pause behind your words feels softer than the night, like you're choosing whether you should step back into my light. Call me when you're close, when your shadow reaches near my window. You don't need direction, you everything you held so long. I can hear it in the quiet running underneath your tone. If you stop a moment, let the truth unfold its shape, I'll be standing where the night and comfort meet in place. Call me when you're close, when the world grows smaller as you go. Even if you're tired, even if you're honest, I'll be where your thoughts begin to flow. Call me when you're close, when the distance settles in your soul. You don't need to hurry, you don't need to answer, just call me when you're almost home. Said you didn't know how to start, so you let the quiet speak for you instead. I could hear the weight behind each breath, like you were choosing every thought with care. Sometimes the silence says it all, more than any steady line of words could ever show. You're standing somewhere in between what you felt and what you fear, but every moment that you pause just brings your meaning closer here. So wait for the right words, let them come when they decide to fall. You don't have to force the truth, you don't have to say it all. Wait for the right words, let them settle where your heart won't run. Even if it takes a little time, I'll be here when your meanings start to come. I know you always try to sound like everything is steady in your hands, but lately you hesitate a bit before you answer anything I ask. There's something shifting in your tone, something softer tangled in the way you breathe. You don't need to rush the moment, we're not running out of days. If you speak when you're not ready, what you mean could slip away. So wait for the right words, let them come when they decide to fall. You don't have to force the truth, you don't have to say it all. Wait for the right words, let them rest before you let them run. Even if the night feels long, everything you're feeling will return. Sometimes the heart speaks quietly, trying not to lose its place. Sometimes the truth grows slowly, waiting for the courage it can trace. Take your time to let it rise. I'm not going anyway tonight. So wait for the right words, let them follow when your breathing slows. Even if they tremble first, say them in the way your heart already knows. Wait for the right words, let them find you when the moment turns. I'll be right here listening for the meanings you've been keeping underneath.
the quiet feels different when the night gets slow. Walking home with your hands deep in your coat. Thinking about the little things you didn't say today. The words you almost let slip away. But I know how your voice turns warm when your thoughts run ahead of your heart. Every time you pause, I hear it clearer than a line. Something in your breath tells me you're almost mine. You don't have to hide the way you wait between the beats. I can read the truth inside the spaces where you breathe. Leave the light on when you're coming through. I stay awake just to hear the sound of you. Every slow step, every quiet breath you take feels like a promise that you never had to make. Leave the light on when you're on your way. Even if the night tries to pull you far away, you don't have to hurry, you don't need the perfect words. I'll be here waiting till your footsteps reach my door. You always try to act like you're fine on your own, but your heartbeat slips in when your guard's too low. You laugh a little softer when you're tired and unsure, trying not to show the parts you keep blurred. But I hear every truth you try to fold in the way you whisper things you never told. And I know that feeling when you stand outside my street, wondering if you're ready for the place we used to meet. You don't have to solve the things you left behind. Just let the moment lead you back to what you find. Leave the light on when you're coming through. I'll stay awake just to hear the sound of you. Every slow step, every quiet breath you take feels like a promise that you never had to make. Leave the light on when you're on your way. Even if the night tries to pull you far away, you don't have to hurry, you don't need the perfect words. I'll be here waiting till your footsteps reach my door. If you ever feel the dark get heavy in your chest, just know you never have to walk without a rest. I'll be the quiet room where all your doubts fall down. A soft return, a place that's safe to make a sound. Leave the light on when you're coming through. I'll stay awake just to hear the sound of you. Even if you tremble, even if your voice is small, I'll take every piece of what you're trying not to call. Leave the light on when the night feels long. I'll be the place you knew you would always belong. You don't have to explain, you don't have to be strong. Just come to me when everything feels wrong. You said the quiet feels different when the night gets slow. Walking home with your hands deep in your coat. Thinking about the little things you didn't say today. The words you almost let slip away. But I know how your voice turns warm when your thoughts run ahead of your heart. Every time you pause, I hear it clearer than a line. Something in your breath tells me you're almost mine. You don't have to hide the way you wait between the beats. I can breathe the truth inside the spaces where you breathe. Leave the light on when you're coming through. I'll stay awake just to hear the sound of you. Every slow step, every quiet breath you take feels like a promise that you never had to make. Leave the light on when you're on your way. Even if the night tries to pull you far away, you don't have to hurry, you don't need the perfect always try to act like you're fine on your own, but your heartbeat slips in when your guard's too low. You laugh a little softer when you're tired and unsure, trying not to show the parts you keep blurred. But I hear every truth you try to fold in the way you whisper things you never told. And I know that feeling when you stand outside my street, wondering if you're ready for the place we used to meet. You don't have to solve the things you left behind. Just let the moment lead you back to what you find. Leave the light on when you're coming through. I'll stay awake just to hear the sound of you. Every slow step, every quiet breath you take feels like a promise that you never had to make. Leave the light on when you're on your way, even if the night tries to pull you far away. You don't have to hurry, you don't need the perfect words. I'll be here waiting till your footsteps reach my door. If you ever feel the dark get heavy in your chest, just know you never have to walk without a rest. I'll be the quiet room where all your doubts fall down, a soft return, a place that's safe to make a sound. Leave the light on when you're coming through. Stay awake just to hear the sound of you, even if you tremble, even if your voice is small.
You were standing by the doorway like you had somewhere to be, but your eyes kept drifting slowly right back over into me. You said the night felt a little heavy, but you didn't want to head back home, so you follow where the quiet matched the rhythm in your tone. You keep your hands inside your pockets like you hiding what you feel, but every time you take a breath I can hear what's underneath the still. You don't have to say it early, you don't even need to try. Just stay here for a moment, let the truth arrive in its own time. Stay until you know if the night is pulling you closer than before. You don't have to hurry, you don't need a promise. Just stay until it settles in your soul. Stay until you know when the silence finally tells you where to go. I'll be on the side where your heart beats slow. Stay until you know. We were walking past the corner where you always pause your step, like the memory in that window still knows everything we've kept. You laughed into the darkness like the sound could hide your doubt, but the shake inside your voice gave the secret you left out. You keep your distance like a habit, but your shadow moves to mine. Every time the streetlight flickers, we fall back into the lines. You don't have to figure out all the reasons why you came. Just be here in the open, let the night repeat your name. Stay until you know if the night is pulling you closer than before. You don't have to hurry, you don't need a promise. Just stay until it settles in your soul. Stay until you know.
If the truth feels fragile, I can't hold it in my hands. No pressure in the moment, no rush to let it show. Just breathe a little deeper and stay until you know. Stay until you know. If your steps begin to match the way you're feeling slow, you don't have to say it, you don't have to name it. Just stay until it finds its way to you. Stay until you know. When the quiet rearrange is what you hold, I'll be where the softness starts to grow. Stay until you know. You called me from the sidewalk, saying you were on your way. Your voice was barely steady, like it carried yesterday. The night was getting colder. You were walking with your hands buried in your pockets, like you needed somewhere else to stand. You said you weren't sure why, but you ended up near here. And somehow every corner feels like pulling you back near. Maybe you don't notice how you talk when you're unsure. Every line gets softer, every pause says something more. And I can hear the things you never say out loud. They fall between your footsteps as you're moving through the crowd. Hold the quiet for me. Don't rush the moment when your heart begins to breathe. You don't have to explain what's pulling at your sleeve. Just stay right there and let the feeling speak. Hold the quiet for me when everything feels louder than it needs to be. You don't have to be brave, you don't have to agree. Just stay a little longer in the space between. You tell me you've been thinking about the nights we almost talked, the messages you typed but then erased before we stopped. You wander through the memories like a street you used to know, trying not to find the parts of you you never let me show. And I can hear your breathing settle softer as you walk, like every step is asking if you're ready for the thought. All the hesitation that you carry in your chest says more than any perfect line your lips could ever press. And I can see you fighting what your heart already knew. You always circle back to places lit by something true. Hold the quiet for me. Let every second feel like somewhere we can meet. You don't have to pretend you're stronger than you feel. Just let the moment tell you what is real. Hold the quiet for me when everything feels heavy underneath your feet. Even if you tremble, even if you freeze, I'm here until you find the words you need. If the night gets too close, If your thoughts start to spill, if the truth feels too bold, I'll be waiting here still. You don't have to decide, you don't owe me a sign. Just breathe and let the silence fall in line. Hold the quiet for me, don't rush the moment when your guard begins to leave. You don't have to define what any of this means. Just let your heart beat, move in time with me. Hold the quiet for me when everything feels louder than it meant to be. Stay until you're certain, stay until you see. There's something in the quiet setting free.
Ooh, yeah. Standing in the doorway with your keys in your hand, saying we should probably leave before it gets out of hand. There's glitter on your jacket from the bar downtown. You smile like you're exhausted, but you don't wanna come down. And you say, it's late, I know, but I don't wanna sleep yet. We're halfway out the door with things we haven't said. So drive me home slow, let the city lights follow where we go. We don't have to call it anything tonight, we can let the road decide. Drive me home slow, windows down, let the midnight air roll. If we never find the perfect words to say, we can let the silence lead the way. You're tapping on the steering wheel, a song in your head. I'm watching every red light turn to green instead. You laugh about a story that you told before, but somehow in the retelling it just means a little more. You say, I like the way the streets feel when it's this quiet. I say I like the way your voice sounds when you try to hide it. Drive me home slow, let the city lights follow where we go. We don't have to call it anything tonight, we can let the road decide. Drive me home slow, windows down, let the midnight air roll. If we never find the perfect words to say, we can let the silence lead the way. Take the long way past the river and the old hotel, where I told you once a secret that you still don't tell. We can circle round the block like we've got nowhere to be, just a dashboard glow and you right next to me. If the morning feels too heavy when it finally comes, we'll blame it on the songs and where the night was from. You don't have to promise me a thing you can't keep, just stay a little longer in this passenger seat and drive me home slow. Let the city lights follow where we go. We don't have to name whatever this might be, we can leave it on the seats. Drive me home slow, radio low while the midnight breeze blows. If we never find the perfect words to say, we can let the silence lead the way.
You called me after midnight, said the city felt too loud. You were walking with your hands deep in your pockets, trying not to think too hard about it now. I could hear the distance in your breathing, the way you slow it down when you're unsure. But baby, every time you hesitate, I'm already right there at your door. All the moments that we buried start to surface when it's late. You keep saying you're not ready, but your voice keeps giving you away. We're falling back into rhythm, like we never lost the beat. Every step you take comes closer, every truth you try to keep. We're falling back into rhythm, and it's pulling you to me. Doesn't matter what you're hiding, I can hear the melody. Oh, I've been learning how to listen to the quiet in your tone, how you talk about the little things whenever you don't wanna be alone. And I'm not trying to rewrite us, but I still remember how we fit. You say you're only passing by, but you linger every single time you quit. You keep searching for an exit, but you circle back again. Guess the parts of us you're fighting are the ones that never end. We're falling back into rhythm, like we never missed a beat. All the words you drop in silence always land right next to me. We're falling back into rhythm, and it's clearer than you think. Every moment you're pretending pulls you right back to the lead. You don't have to name it now, you don't have to take it slow. Every heartbeat tells the story, only you pretend you don't know. If you're trying not to say it, then it's already too late. You and I return to rhythm every time we hesitate. We're falling back into rhythm, let it take you where it leads. In the spaces between sentences, you still sound like you believe. We're falling back into rhythm, and it's always been this way. Nothing needs to be decided, just don't walk the other way. You were standing by the doorway, playing with the keys in your hand, saying you might head home early, but your eyes were telling me a different plan. Soft city glow on your shoulder, falling like it's choosing you tonight. Every word you drop was slower, like you're waiting for a sign to hold you tight. And I can feel the way you hesitate, like you're trying not to cross the line again. But we both know how it goes when it's late. You start drifting back to where we've been. So keep the night open, don't close the moment when we're this close. We don't have to name it, we don't have to fix it, just let the quiet pull us where it goes. Keep the night open, let the hours stretch as long as it wants. If you're unsure, let the silence
tracing little circles on the sleeve of your coat like last July, saying nothing but you're breathing. Had that way of telling me what's on your mind. You pretend you're fine without me, but the truth shows up in how you move. Every step you take grows softer, like your heart remembers what it used to choose. You can stay or you can walk away, but don't pretend you never think of us. I can hear it in the way you pause right before you say something casual. So keep the night open, don't rush the feeling when it starts to grow. We don't need an answer, we don't need a promise. Just let the moment tell us what we know. Keep the night open, let the room breathe everything it wants. If you look back, even for a second, you'll see the same old truth you've been running from. I don't need the perfect line, just stay where the lights fall quiet. If your heart leads my way tonight, I'll be right here, I'm not hiding. So keep the night open, let the hours spill out slow and warm. You don't have to claim it, you don't have to save it. Just feel the way your God begins to fall. Keep the night open, let the stillness say what you can't show. If you drift closer, even for a moment, I'll meet you where the midnight starts to glow. Street lights flicker as you walk my way. Hands in your pockets like you're hiding the day. You say it wasn't much, but I can hear it in your tone. The kind of trouble that you shouldn't hold alone. You take a breath before you speak again, looking for a place to put the weight you're in. I tilt my head and catch the shadow in your eyes. You say you're fine, but you're never good at telling lies. It's alright, you don't have to explain. We can leave everything in yesterday's frame. If the world felt heavy and the hours ran colder, we can step right in and start the night over. Start the night over, let it all unwind. You can fall right into the rhythm of my mind. When the noise gets loud and you lose your way, I'll pull you back slow. Let the night rearrange, start the night over. Come a little closer, nothing we can soften when the moment rolls slower. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You lean on the counter while the record spins, tracing the patterns on the tiles with your grin. I watch you settle like the room finally fits. You say you needed quiet, and I needed this. It's alright, you don't have to explain. We can leave everything in yesterday's frame. If the day hit harder and the edges felt sharper, let it fade out now as the colors move farther. Start the night over, let it all unwind. You can fall right into the rhythm of my mind. When the noise gets loud and you lose your way, I'll pull you back slow. Let the night rearrange, start the night over. Oh,
come a little closer. Nothing we can soften when the moment rolls slower. If you're caught between the things you meant and the things you said, let the music pull the truth around instead. We don't need perfection, just the courage to be real. I'll keep the lights low till the quiet helps you heal. Start the night over, let it all unwind. You can breathe again at the tempo of mine. If the noise gets loud, you don't have to be strong. We can stay right here until the shadows are gone. Start the night over, come a little closer. Every time you stumble, I'll be there to hold you slower. Oh, yeah. You were leaning on a windowsill, watching headlights cross the night, saying you might take some time alone, but your voice kept slipping left and right. Every quiet hesitation fell between the spaces of your breath, like you're waiting for the moment when your guard decides to take a rest. I can see the way your shoulders drop, like you're losing track of what you meant. You don't have to play it careful now, every truth sounds softer when it bends. Tell me when the feeling starts, when your heartbeat overlaps the dark. You don't have to whisper, you don't have to hide it, I can read the meaning underneath the spark. Tell me when the feeling starts, when the quiet pulls you back to where you are. If the night gets heavy, if your thoughts get louder, I'll be right here wherever you fall. Yeah. You were drawing lines on a tablecloth, tracing shapes like you were killing time, but your fingers kept returning to the same small corner every single time. You said maybe things get easier when the hours soften into blue, but the way you looked right through me then told me what your words refused to do. You can take it slow or rush ahead, either way I hear you in the pause. Every second filled with something warm, like your heart remembering what it lost. Tell me when the feeling starts, when the room begins to lean into your thoughts. You don't have to prove it, you don't have to name it, I can feel the shift before you talk. Tell me when the feeling starts, when your footsteps stop just at my door. If you're torn between it, if you can't define it, let the moment tell you what it's for. You don't need a perfect answer, just the courage for a single breath. If your thoughts begin to wander back, I'll hold the space you never kept. Every quiet little tremor, every truth you almost say, I'll be waiting in the doorway if your heart turns back my way. Tell me when the feeling starts, when your pulse begins to outrun doubt. You don't have to spell it, you don't have to frame it, just let the quiet pull the meaning out. Tell me when the feeling starts, when the night begins to loosen what you hold. If you drift toward honesty even for a moment, I'll be here before the story breaks its fold. You were sitting at the edge of the couch, hands folded like you're holding something back. Every little pause between your breaths sounded like a truth you couldn't track. You said you didn't want to complicate it, didn't want to start what you can't defend, but the way your eyes kept drifting to me felt like a story trying to begin. We keep walking around the meaning, acting like it's something we misread. But every time the silence lingers, it tells me more than what you said. What we
but your heartbeat moves toward mine too soon. What we leave unsaid never really disappears for long. If tonight you feel it, if you can't deny it, let the moment tell us where we belong. You were tracing shadows on the wall, like the words were somewhere out of reach. But the way you showed us off and down said you're tired of practicing what you preach. You say timing always gets in the way, but you stay a little longer every time. And every laugh you try to hold inside breaks and falls right back to mine. Maybe we don't need an answer, maybe just a step instead. Sometimes the truth sounds clearer when it's the thing we never said. What we leave unsaid always circles back when nights get slow. You can try to fight it, try to forget it, but your eyes already tell me what I know. What we leave unsaid never really fades into the dark. If your guard is slipping, if your voice is trembling, just let the feeling speak before you start. Yeah, yeah. We don't have to call it anything, don't have to draw the perfect line. If the moment leads us closer, let the quiet do the talking this time. This time. What we leave unsaid always finds a way to fill the space. You don't have to name it, don't have to frame it, just let the softness take its place. What we leave unsaid never truly disappears from you. If you wanna try it, even for a moment, I'll be right here waiting for your truth. You were sitting by the corner, letting shadows paint your face, breathing slow like you were waiting for your thoughts to fall in place. I could hear the quiet tremble in the way you crossed your arms, like the night was getting heavy, but you didn't want to say what's wrong. And it's okay if you need the time. You've been holding everything too tight. You don't have to feel the silence. Every truth unfolds in softer light. So wait until the room feels right. Let the moment warm your restless mind. You don't have to hurry, don't have to decide. Just stay where the air begins to unwind. Wait until the room feels right. Let the quiet settle into something kind. If your guard starts slipping, if your voice turns light, I'll be here until the feeling aligns. You were tracing little patterns on the table with your ring, saying you don't know me an answer, but your eyes kept wandering in. Every breath you held between us said more than any line could say. Like you're fighting something gentle, trying not to let it sway. You don't have to force a single word. We've got hours if that's what your heart needs. Every pause is still a language spoken soft across the in-between. So wait until the room feels right. Let your heartbeat fall into its stride. You don't need the reasons, don't need to define. Just feel the moment pull you from inside. Wait until the room feels right. Let the stillness show you what survives. If you're leaning slightly even for a night, I'll hold the quiet steady by your side. No pressure in the way you breathe, no weight on anything you feel. If the truth starts forming slowly, let it open on its own. We don't have to chase the meaning, we just have to let it grow. So wait until the room feels right. Let the low light settle where you stand. You don't have to rush, you don't have to deny every sign that leads you back again. your thoughts turn warm enough to land. I'll stay in this moment steady by your side until you know exactly where you're meant to land. We were running down the back roads, talking like the night belonged to us. Every step a little slower, like we're learning how to trust. You were laughing at the streetlight shadows, playing on the edge of your coat. And I kept watching the way your smile felt warmer every time you spoke. No rush, no heavy meaning, just the kind of quiet that feels right. I don't need you to promise anything, just stay a little longer in the light. Leave the rest to the night. We don't have to know where this goes. Let the moment do the talking. Let the soft air settle close. Leave the rest to the night. Let the stillness draw the lines. If your heartbeat leans toward mine, I'll meet you there in your own time. You were running your hand through your hair like you always do when you get unsure. But the way you stood a little nearer said everything without a single word. We don't need the perfect reason to stay out past the fading blue. Sometimes all the right decisions hide themselves inside the truth. You can breathe, you don't have to decide. Just listen to the rhythm of the night. Every hesitation that slips out just means your heart is learning how to try. Leave the rest to the night. Let the silence shape the room. We don't have to rush the meaning. There's no need to fill the gloom. Leave the rest to the night. Let the moment stretch and bloom. If you drift a little closer, I'll make space for you to move. We've both been here before, trying not to fall too fast, but this time feels a little clearer, like it's meant to last. So take one more breath, let the tension fall away. All we need is just a moment to hear what our hearts wanna say. Leave the rest to the night. Let the quiet lead us through. You don't have to hide the tremble. I'm not going anywhere from you. Leave the rest to the night. Let the darkness hold us right. If you lean into the moment, I'll be here until the morning light. You were sitting by the counter, warming both your hands around the cup, saying you might stay a little longer, though you swore you had somewhere to be tonight. Your eyes kept drifting toward the doorway, like you're waiting for the world to shift. Sometimes quiet rooms can tell you more than any clever words can give. And you pretend you're fine as always, but your silence carries something soft. Every breath you take is slower, like you're guarding something easily lost. Stay just until the light returns, until
conversation, making shapes you wouldn't say aloud. I could read between the distance every time you let your shoulders fall down. You said maybe you should disappear before the morning feels too close. But the way you lingered near me said the truth your voice no longer holds. You can run from what you're feeling, but it follows you in every step. And the way you keep returning says you're not ready to forget. Stay just scared. Stay just until the light returns. Let the hours stretch a little more. We don't need an answer, don't need a promise, only what the silence pulls us toward. Stay just until the light returns. Even if the world begins to stir. When the first sun breaks, when the shadows soften, I'll still be here wherever you are. Maybe this is how it happens, not with sudden words or spark, but with two hands resting gently in the middle of a fading dark. If tomorrow feels uncertain, let tonight be what it wants. You can stay without deciding, you can breathe without being strong. Stay just until the light returns. Let the quiet hold the space for us. We don't need to chase it, don't need to frame it. Just let the moment be enough. Stay just until the light returns. Even when the morning starts to rise. If your heart moves closer, even for a second, I'll meet you where the softest daylight lies. City lights were bending slow, falling through your half-open window. You were sitting on the edge of the bed, tracing quiet circles with your shadow. You said you didn't plan to stay, but your breath kept leaning my way. Every little pause you made spilled the truth you didn't say. And I could feel the moment settling, like the night was choosing where you'd fall. You tried to act like you were leaving, but your heartbeat didn't move at all. Let the night hold you still, let it soften all the things you couldn't feel. You don't have to run, you don't have to speak, just breathe until the quiet turns real. Let the night hold you still, let the hours unfold the way they will. If you drift a little closer, even by accident, I'll meet you where the silence thrills. Yeah. You were playing with the collar of your coat, like you weren't sure what you wanted most. The evening settled on your skin, painting something warm you didn't show. And when you laughed beneath your breath, it cracked the fear you held so tight. You said the day was hard to carry, but the darkness made it feel alright. Even if the words come slowly, let them fall in any shape they choose. You don't have to make it perfect, you've already said enough in how you move, yeah. Let the night hold you still, let your tired heart rest where it wants. You don't need an answer, you don't need a promise, just stay until the tension's gone. Let the night hold you still, let the quiet guide you where you feel. If you look my way for even a moment, I'll be right here until it heals. You don't have to know tomorrow, you don't have to name tonight. Just lean into the falling seconds, let the darkness treat you right. Every shiver in your voice, every truth you almost spill, I'll hold the space you're standing in if you let the night stand still. Let the night hold you still. Let it wrap around the parts you hide. You don't have to hurry, you don't have to worry. You can set your heavy thoughts aside. Let the night hold you still. Let the moment tell you what is real. If your heart drifts closer, 1 inch at a time, I'll get you in the glow you feel. Ba-da-da-da-da-da.